This episode of the GameOverGreggy Show is brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. There's no reason to use a cheap disposable razor or pay a ridiculously high price for gimmicky, unnecessary nonsense. Make the smarter choice and join Dollar Shave Club, the key to getting a fantastic high-quality shave at an affordable price. And right now, they're giving away a 1-month trial of any of their razors for $1 with free shipping. How do you know these are good? Tim Gettys has been using them. He's trimming up this whole section. Because you might say, Tim Gettys has a beard. What's he doing? But I guess if you have the beard, you still have to keep it in check. I wouldn't know because I'm like 13 when it comes to facial hair. There's no long-term commitments, no hidden fees, and you cancel whenever you want. Get your $1 trial at dollarshaveclub.com/Greggy. That's dollarshaveclub.com/Greggy. Clean. That's not their catchphrase. I just made it up. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the GameOverGreggy Show. And before we go any further, you probably know Colin Moriarty has left Kinda Funny. If you didn't, surprise! We're breaking the news that way.
Here's your birthday present.
We did a Kinda Funny morning show explaining all this on March 13th. You can catch it there as a podcast or whatever. There, we said on the next GameOverGreggy Show, Colin was going to join us, do one final episode. Colin has asked to delay it. He has a lot of balls in the air. Knowing him, there's a lot of balls all over the place with him. But he's figuring out some things, and he wants to come in and do one thing that he would like to think, I think, being a little bit about the past and what we've done and where he's going on top of that. So that's why he's not here now. Nothing's wrong. Everything's cool. Chill out, everybody. I just wanted to be up front and get out of the way. Over here, the producer/seducer, Nick Scarpino.
Hello, Greg.
Hello, how are you?
I am warm. It's nice and warm
too
outside. It's
goddamn hot.
It's not too hot.
It is
beautiful.
too hot. It's about 10 degrees too hot.
So you guys don't understand. We'll get to the gentleman sitting over here. You guys don't understand the virtue of the heat outside. We could barbecue right now. We could drink all night right now. We could just sit outside. It's gonna be fantastic.
Over there, the Pure One, Tim Gettys.
I'm all hot and sweaty. Let Tim host.
That is,
With
see,
the fan on. I'm drinking water.
On
the
today's
ice
morning
tastes
show.
like styrofoam. It's a whole fucking
I hate it when the ice does that, right?
Change your filters.
Yeah, well, that's a Kevin job. I'm not going to
sounds
do
like
that.
a
Yeah.
Kevin.
But that's the thing is, like, yeah, when we went out there and we drank the beers during the morning show today, that was a lot of fun. Sure.
pleasure.
But then it's like, all right, now it's just too hot in the building.
Now I'm just hot.
It's just no fun.
Now I'm all sleepy.
Yeah.
Oh, day drinking.
And joining us in a Tim Ash shirt,
I love it.
Stu.
Look at them shits.
How's it going, guys?
Get on that mic, Stu. Now, Stu, this is your first appearance on the GameOverGreggy Show.
Yes, sir.
But literally every story Nick tells somehow involves you.
Yeah,
My
right.
buddy Stu.
I've
I
told
love
a
it
lot of-
because two of our very close friends, Nick Scarpino and Sean Finnegan, they exclusively describe their friendships with Sean Finnegan's buddy Lane.
Yeah, his buddy Lane.
And Nick's buddy Stu.
Yeah, my buddy
Where
Stu.
it's like
Nice.
the word buddy, it's kind of like those
Buddy
guys
Stu.
like Mike Pope.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like you got to refer to him as
Ramon.
like the first and last name.
Oh,
like they
not
have
even like that.
that thing going, but
Gotcha.
you are just my buddy Stu.
Gotcha.
That's right. Nick and I met in middle school.
Yeah, we've been friends ever since.
Seventh grade is what you said earlier?
Seventh grade. So
Seventh
that was
grade.
what?
I'm
Sure we'll get to that. I'm
1962.
sure we'll get to that story.
Yeah, that's a fantastic story. It's one of my favorite stories. I can tell it now, or we can wait.
No, I want to get. I mean, the first
wanna
thing
get
is
right into it?
obviously you. So, in case you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, this is the GameOverGreggy Show. Each and every week, 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table, each bringing a random topic discussion for your amusement. If you like that, head over to patreon.com/kindafunny, where you can get each and every episode early, along with a bunch of exclusive goodies and perks. But if you have no bucks to toss our way, no big deal. Head over to youtube.com/kindafunny, where I post the entire show topic by topic, day by day, until it goes up as one big video in MP3. Stu,
Nice.
how the fuck did you meet Nick Scarpino?
All right, so Nick and I went to different elementary schools.
did.
He went to the Rich Kid Elementary School in the
It
newer
was the
part of
newer-
Riverside.
Explains a lot.
It
Explains
was
a
not
lot.
the rich kid. It was the
Well,
newer elementary
the
school.
richer part of Riverside.
Yeah,
So you know,
it was well, yeah.
I went to a different school, so we met in. Sorry,
Don't be afraid of this.
Okay.
Get on this thing, move it with you.
Okay, check 1, 2.
Work the shaft.
So we met in middle school, where our two elementary schools joined.
Yeah.
Now in summer school, leading up to middle school, I had a
think I was
class,
in what were you in? I was in pre-algebra.
health sciences.
Okay.
So you weren't in trouble. You were just going to school for fun. Parents
summer
were saying-
school.
No, here's what happened.
Summer school is when you fuck up and you got to take
Yeah,
the
Nick
extra
and I are
class.
both dorks. We were in band.
We were-
Yeah,
we-
summer school for the
over-
nerd kids means something different.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's when you get to
Opportunity to
keep
get-
hanging out with
yeah.
your friends.
But it ended up being chick crazy. So I was
Chick crazy.
I was a
7th grade chick crazy.
That's right. I was
Okay.
a dork in elementary school. I was a gate geek in the accelerated gifted and talented
Oh, okay.
education.
Yeah, they got rid of that.
All the other
after
kids
a
made
while.
fun of me. Gate geek, that's what we were. So I had no chance of any girl the whole time I was in elementary school. In fact, leaving elementary school, we had a dance.
This is starting already to explain so much about you.
Leaving elementary school, I had a dance. I asked the girl I had a crush on to dance.
Yeah.
She said no. I went home. Didn't
You
dance
had
with anybody.
elementary school dances?
Yeah.
That sounds
We didn't have
crazy.
that. We
I
didn't
want to
have
say,
that.
like,
We
yeah, I
just
didn't have
rollerbladed together.
Yeah.
We didn't have a dance until like 7th grade.
There was one girl that had boobs in 5th grade, and that was weird.
So, on that note, I was dating that girl, right?
In 5th grade?
I was 6th grade going into 7th grade.
okay, that's
There was a
different.
girl that I was 6th grader as well. So we're dating, and I was like, I'm in love
And
with this girl.
what does dating mean to you in 6th
Yeah, she
going into
lived up the
7th
street
grade?
from me. We
Yeah.
would go.
Uh-huh.
The whole point at when you were in 6th grade, for me, was to try and figure out how you can make out with this girl. It was just about making out.
How do you kiss?
That's
Yeah.
all it was. Like we would fantasize about it. And you know, when you're a kid, this was the first time I had ever had a huge crush on someone.
She was
right?
smoking hot.
She was smoking. Who knows? And back then, little Nick was
She
like
was
this.
smoking hot.
She is stepped off
smoking hot, and she got
a
even hotter,
Sports
too.
Illustrated.
She did.
You know, what's worse about it is we'll tell the aftermath of this story in a second. But so anyway, I was dating this girl.
In 6th grade, end of 6th grade.
And this is great. I had asked her to go out with me, right? Which meant that she was officially my
Your
whatever
girlfriend.
girlfriend was, right?
When hold on. When
So
does your
summer's-
elementary school end?
6th grade is
grade.
elementary school.
Yeah.
7th grade is where junior high starts for us.
Got it. See,
Okay.
for
So now-
us, 5th grade is where elementary
okay.
school ended. So that's why I'm like, there's
So,
no
yeah.
dance in 5th
So
grade.
summer school leading into 7th grade, I have a class with his current girlfriend and her other couple friends
Sure.
that are also smoking hot.
Yeah, they were smoking hot.
So, and I'm the new blood. So here I come
New
in,
blood.
dorky, little geeky stew. I was like, I was
Super blonde.
5'3". I'm 6'3" now. I was 5'3" until I was like 16. So
Okay,
I was
okay.
the short little guy, very fair skin. They call me
Were
Casper.
you pudgy? Were you pudgy like Nick?
No, you were real
Not
thin.
as pudgy as
Okay.
Nick. I was pudgy, but you know, I
You
wasn't,
were-
I wasn't
no, you
stripping
were-
my shirt off like, check it out.
You did in high school, though. You got a little jacked out in high school. We'll get to that later.
So I'm new blood in the summer school class.
Yeah.
And they all fawned over me, loved me. I couldn't freaking believe it. And all of a sudden, Nick's girlfriend wants to go
Nick's
out
6th grade
with
girlfriend,
me.
okay.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh yeah, let's.
But
let's
she's
do
in a
it.
relationship with Nick.
Yeah, but I don't care.
Oh, no.
I'm like,
This
whatever.
is-
I'm
oh,
like, screw
no.
that guy. She
Days
was
of
telling
our
me all the
lives.
stories. He's a jerk. He's this and that.
Committed relationship with me. I think we're getting married. We are well on our way to like
Yeah.
2.5 kids, a picket fence, the whole thing, right?
And I don't know
I
who
mean,
Nick
I love
is.
this girl.
I never met Nick before
Sure.
in my life. So I'm like, oh, screw him.
Fuck this
Right.
guy.
Yeah, who is? Yeah, come on. I'm your
doesn't
guy.
matter.
Yeah.
So I can't remember how the bad news was broken to me.
Well, first of all, I should say the first time, so I'm now with her. And then I see Nick, like, at snack time or something, whatever, in summer school. I'm like, oh, that's your ex-boyfriend? That dude right there? He looks like Steven Seagal. He's gonna, like,
Oh
freaking
my
kill me.
God! Don't put that in his
Yeah.
head.
Oh, he
Did.
does. He did.
Fucking loved it. I loved it.
So that's the, but.
Now, this
like-
one I was taller than Stu too.
Oh, yeah, he
so
would've
I was
killed me.
like, I think I had a good couple inches on him. I definitely had probably like
He would've
15,
killed
20
me.
pounds on you.
Yeah. So I was scared of Nick, and then 2 weeks later, she dumped me.
Yeah. So before we get to that.
Sorry.
I get the news broken to me. I'm heartbroken, and obviously
How does she break the news?
I can't
A
even
note? She
remember.
passed you a note?
I think it was just like a quick conversation in passing. Because I mean, again, this
wasn't a
torrid
text.
love affair had taken place over the span of maybe a month and a half. It wasn't like I had been dating her for years. It was end of 6th grade. I think I like you. We maybe got close to making out. We sat on my lawn for a little bit, and then summer school started, and all of a sudden it was like, I don't like you anymore. I'm going with this guy, right? And I was like, who the fuck is this blonde asshole? And I'm gonna kick his ass, right? And all my other friends were like, you should definitely kick his ass. I'm like, yeah.
go home
yeah,
to Shadowbox?
Shadowbox.
I don't think I shadowboxed then.
He did, not yet.
But actually, at no point in this time was I like, I'm gonna get into a fight with this guy. I was
Sure.
I was crushed. I was heartbroken. Now we had this other friend, Todd.
Yeah.
Our buddy Todd,
Who was my
like,
friend.
His friend,
And he was
he was a big motherfucker.
same size, if not bigger than
No,
Nick.
he was
Okay.
he was definitely
Okay.
like I remember him just being ogreishly tall, and he would just stare at me, right? And he used to wear this gigantic. He had this big ass
The Eagles.
Philadelphia Eagles, like one of those things you wear to the games. So they're like
Starter jacket?
You could fit
no,
like
they're
a 12-pack.
They're like
So-
long.
Oh, like the long winter
with
coat?
felt inside, so you
Jesus,
wear them.
that's
like,
gotta be hot down there.
So anyway, he looked like Bruce Willis from that fucking M. Night Shyamalan.
Unbreakable.
Yeah, Unbreakable. And he was terrifying. And I heard like people used to tell rumors about him that he like used to like do crazy shit like steal Crystal Pepsi. So he would go to like
From
liquor
CVS.
store or CVS and he would steal Crystal Pepsi.
I
was like,
heard
this dude-
rumors about him like
I was like,
He
this
got
dude's
caught.
gonna
It's
kill
true.
me. And he was like hella mad dogging me, right? So the beginning, so I was like, I don't like any of this thing. And then I think your timing, like I think summer school ended.
Okay.
And when we got back, like when the year started, I found out that she broke up with you.
Right.
And
we had a class.
And started dating Spencer. Remember Spencer?
Fuck Spencer.
Fuck Spencer.
And
right.
Spencer dated her for like 2 years. And Spencer was like this little dude.
He was even smaller than both of us.
Yeah, he was tiny. And he had this cool Adidas jacket because he was a soccer player.
player.
And everyone was like, and it like started a whole trend. It started a whole trend of all these people wearing. And I even at a certain point was like, I
had to buy one too.
I had to get one.
No,
I got to get one of these
yeah.
fucking jackets. And so I think, I can't remember how it worked out, but I think it was Miss Wiley's class.
Yeah.
Where we were sitting around and I was like, hey man, I'm sorry that she broke up with you. And you were like, I'm really sorry that she broke up with you to date me. But you're also like, but, I got scared. And I was like, and then Todd was like, does anyone want a Crystal Pepsi? And then it ended up being like,
right.
It ended up just, we all three of us became best friends from that point on. Like, still to this day, like, we still talk. It's crazy.
I've never heard about Todd.
I've never heard of Todd. Todd's not one of your best friends.
Well, Stu, Ryan was in this circle as well. So
Okay,
Ryan, Crystal
okay.
Creasy was. Todd and I were really good friends until after high school, and then we fell out of touch. You talk to Todd every once in a while.
No, we've fallen out too a little.
Yeah.
Everything's
It's
shout out
just
to Todd.
Not for any
Sometimes.
reason, just normal life stuff.
Well,
Like, he
Crystal
has a
Pepsi,
family.
it's
He's
a
got
weird
real
choice.
Yeah.
Well,
He finally
Crystal Pepsi don't
got
get
pinched getting another Crystal Pepsi when it came back.
But yeah, it ended up being crazy because in that class was Stu, Todd, and my buddy Ryan, who you guys have met all the time. He works at Blizzard now. He's the one that got me the job at IGN, and he's the one that's like I vibed with him because he was playing the Robotech role playing game, and so we all started doing the thing where we were like
The coolest group of guys
we were
7th grade had ever
fucking
seen.
Nerds.
I didn't play the role-playing game. I don't want to make myself sound less cool or more cool by saying I just want to be honest.
Sure, all the facts on the table. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But so also then the other thing that was the kicker for all of us coming together was that we were all in band together.
Yeah.
as well. So I had started playing
Middle school
trumpet.
band and high school band.
And high school band. So
Yeah.
I had started playing
All the way,
trumpet
fully
in
committed.
5th grade, then
Yeah.
6th grade. Then when I got into 7th grade, we started the marching band together. And so I was like, I am really glad that I like these guys because they're in every fucking class of mine, including band. And when you're in band, you have band practice and all that stuff. And so like all your homies were from band. And you played
Drumline. I
Yeah,
was in
you
the
were
drumline.
drumline in that
Yeah.
as well, right?
Did you
The
respect
cooler
him?
instrument.
Did you respect him when he started leading the band?
Oh yeah, dude, Nick, you gotta.
Well, we're gonna get to that.
Nick
I'm
was
sorry,
cool
I
as
don't mean to
shit.
jump around. I don't
Nick-
mean to jump
Stu
around.
and
I
I
thought Nick
became-
was cool as shit. I
Yeah.
still think Nick is cool as shit.
think
But
you're
he
cool
was
as
much
shit.
less cooler than he is now.
That's fair.
Much less cooler
also much
looking, I should say. Like,
I was pudgy back then. I was super pudgy.
but I thought he was
Yeah.
badass. The shadow boxing, that was for real. I was like his
Did you ever
sparring
see it?
partner. I was like a sparring partner. He'd like come home from karate practice. He'd be like, "Yo, Stu, come over. I found some new moves. I want to try them out." I'm like, all right, cool. Have some Cokes, have some pepperoni sandwiches, and then go out in the lawn.
The
and
breakfast of champions, Coke and pepperoni
we were
sandwiches.
his
early,
mom
bro. This is
stocked the
dinner.
stuff.
I know.
waking up early.
Stocked and candy too. Lots of candy.
Yeah?
all the candy
man.
you
The
want.
Scarpino family was taking care of you?
Man, we just had lunch, and I said to Nick, the longer I get to know you, you just get more and more Nick. And I love that it works backwards too, where it's like, okay, cool, we're meeting
For
someone that knew
sure.
you since you were 12, and you were just somehow even more Nick back then too.
Fully Nick.
This is fantastic.
We were. I mean, we weren't like. That's the thing. We never did anything crazy. We weren't like.
You weren't like Todd.
Smoking cigarettes.
We would
stealing the
smoke-
Crystal
like
Pepsi.
Stu and I had our first few cigarettes together because my
Yeah.
brother and his friends used to smoke, and so he would let us party. And like basically, Stu was the other guy that had to clean up the party
right.
with me. So Stu would come over. And like we would hang out with my brother and his friends, who we all thought were like these amazing like adults, even though they were
Shout
only
out to Big
4.
Matt. Big
You know,
Matt
we were
Scarpino.
13, they're 17, and we thought they were the coolest fucking people on the planet. And that's why we started smoking because they smoked.
Right.
and
Even though the
then-
first time I ordered Swisher Sweet cigars.
You did.
Because I was a little scared to inhale. So I started
Sure.
out with the cigars.
Yeah.
My dad smoked cigars.
Yeah,
Felt
yeah.
more comfortable with the cigars.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't put anything
How
in.
old
I just
were you?
smoked them. Like 15.
That's a good look
Yeah.
for a
15,
15-year-old
yeah.
walking around with some
They're
Swisher
cherry
Sweets.
dipped.
Oh, yeah.
Kids, don't try them.
No, they're terrible.
But they were
we
very
did-
tasty.
We did that.
Gotta get on that
tasty.
mic.
Oh, sorry.
We did
tasty.
that, and we did cloves were next. Remember when we went through our cloves phase?
Yeah.
Because all the girls liked cloves, so we would be like, oh, let's get past
Cloves
the
are
cloves.
bad,
Like-
though.
like, you know, we would share that, and we'd have something to talk about. And Stu and I got the reputation for being like,
The cloves
like,
guys.
well, we were like smokers. They were like, oh, they're smoking like crazy. Like in high school, it's like, it's the,
Yeah,
like,
no, that was
crazy
a big.
thing
If
to
you
do.
were smoking in high school, like, I mean, there was no one in my high school that smoked because we were a bunch of fucking nerds.
Yeah.
So it was just like, if you did smoke, you were like, oh shit.
I know.
Like, that guy is a fucking badass. Like, I don't even want to
Not
talk.
us,
to him.
Those
I'm
band kids are
scared.
badass.
Yeah, see, I think the only reason why Stu and I smoked was to counteract the band.
The band? That makes
you know,
sense.
Yeah.
smoking was kind of conceived as cool, which is
Yep.
not, by the way. Don't do it. But then band was like, let's just put it right back down to nothing.
So that's so
Let's
because
put that to
I
zero.
would just go with band was the cool kids.
Interesting.
Like if you were in
Sounds like heaven.
ROTC, you
Yeah.
were one of the fucking nerds doing ROTC.
Wow,
Band
okay.
was like
Supporting our
you're
country
fucking-
was
you're
funny, huh?
fucking making it.
So to put it in context, we went to a very fascinating high school. We went to John W. North High in Riverside, California, and go Huskies. And it was a school that had the International Baccalaureate program. And what that was, it was like advanced placement classes that Stu and I would both take, and as well as my other friends, Ryan and Clay and Todd. All those guys would do that. But we also it was also kind of lower like income as well. So we had all these people that were super smart that would come all just for the International Baccalaureate, but then we had fucking awesome sports. Like we would just dominate
like
people
right next
in
to the
football
hood,
and
yeah.
basketball. Baseball was pretty good too. Like Adam Kennedy, who used to play for the Angels, used to play on our team. Like he went to school with my brother, and we went to school with his brother.
He pulled the barbell off my chest when I was working out at Roman Gables.
you were dying?
That was nice
I was
of
like,
him.
I can't get it. He's like, oh, let me get that for you. I'm like, huh. What's up, Adam?
Yeah. So,
Thanks for saving my life, dude.
So the cool guys in our high school were the traditional cool guys, the guys that like
The jocks.
Yeah, the jocks. But the crazy thing was, it was this weird world where like I was in theater and band, and they would come to see the shows, and they would just like us. Like they weren't like going out of their way to hang out with us, but we never got picked on. No one ever gave a shit. Like they were like, oh, these guys are just in band. Like it was I shit you not, one of the only experiences that I could even imagine where like the football team would like
That's
applaud
true.
for us when we came off the field. And they're like, "Good job, guys."
That's true, because we had that good beat.
guys.
We had the awesome cadence. We had a really good drum line.
Oh yeah, we used
Sure.
to do it, and then we would sit up in the,
played that
stands,
beat,
like
play
do it
that
for 'em,
beat.
and they would be like, you know, like that, and just go and fucking destroy people on.
Yeah.
So it was actually a very positive
Good.
experience.
Yeah, none of the jocks had any problems with us until you try to take one of their girlfriends or something like that.
No, he wasn't a jock. He had friends that were jocks, and
was
that
a soccer
caused the
player.
divide. Was he a soccer player?
All right, let's rewind. Nick, what happened?
So, Stu will attest to this. My freshman year band camp, I fell in love with a girl.
Freshman year band camp.
This one
Freshman
time
year
at band camp.
This one time at band camp. This is obviously you're starting high school. This is your first time in high school. This is 3 weeks before the school starts. We did do summer school. That was just for junior high. And so we start band camp, which traditionally I think was 2 weeks before the school year was supposed to start.
Right.
And we meet all of the people that are in band. And it was my first time meeting anyone that was like, you know, when you're in 8th grade, you're like, we're the king shit. And you go back to being freshmen. So there's sophomores, juniors, and seniors. We met a group of sophomore girls that
The drill team.
one of whom I fucking fell in love with, and she was the girl that I had a crush on all throughout high school.
And I had a crush on her basically best friend.
Yeah, best friend.
Yeah.
And so
Tale
You're like, it's
old as
perfect.
time.
And they were both, we get married together.
Yeah.
They're
we're
only
gonna
1 year
have
older,
kids
but in
at the
high
same
school that
time.
might as well be like 10 years
yeah,
older.
they might have.
Yep.
They were so sophisticated and ridiculous. We had no choice, right? So
They were women.
So
you
hot,
were
though.
boys.
that's
Definitely.
true. And so,
true.
I just had this enduring crush for this girl for like 3 years. And I managed to date a couple other girls and eventually got through it because she actually, the same time I met her, my other really good friend was there, and he ended up dating her. And so I was like, oh well, I can't. Like I got to just get over this.
I can't engage.
I can't engage.
I can't pull a Stu.
That's how I know. No, Stu.
I didn't know him. You knew.
Whereas I was like, well, because the girl that he liked, we didn't give a fuck about who she was dating. She was like the it girl.
She would date like college dudes.
Yeah, she was like, it didn't matter because she was so like she was such a cool, like beautiful,
And she was
person,
super
like-
flirty, so it was like
Yeah.
very misleading. I'm like, are you flirting or do
Yeah,
you
she
like
was like,
me
I don't
or am I
understand what's
just
happening?
I don't know.
But Stu hung in there. Whereas I was like, I have to bow out because my
true.
homie's dating this girl, and like I can't. It's just never gonna happen. There's just no way I can make this
I
happen.
did
right?
eventually hook up with my crush.
You did eventually. You fucking hung in there.
five, sir.
And you
High
hooked
five.
up with it.
It was
And
fantastic.
It's
I
coming
was-
true. Hey, thanks for watching. You can subscribe to the channel here. You can support us on Patreon there. You can go over to Kinda Funny Games, support us there because we put up a whole bunch of other shows and things to distract you. And then you can click on that mystery box. Kevin, what's the mystery box? The playlist. It's got a whole bunch of playlists of things we've done before.